Sit out here. The outside.
That's the right second roundhouse kick.
Melendez trying to measure opponent.
Good right hand from Bonnie.
Canino clearly the stronger, that 5-pound weight advantage. Really a 4-pound weight advantage, Kelly. Melendez finally found the range with a right round kick and kicked back for her trouble. Both Spin and Canino gets a leg caught in the ropes. Bonnie Canino in the black with the green trim. Thai kickboxing style. The tank top around the neck and straight black trunks. Cookie Melendez, whose grandmother named her Cookie because of the sweet tooth.
Good roundhouse kick by Bonnie. We've seen Bonnie knock out her last opponent with that strong left roundhouse kick.
Canino, the left hand, weakly and
All right, welcome to the Action Martial Arts Power Hour. This is a show where we talk about anything and everything martial arts related, not martial arts related. A lot of times we don't know what we're doing. This is Alan Goldberg's brainchild, and let me bring him in so he can go through it. Alan, the floor is all yours.
Yeah, I just think about that again when you said that. We don't know what we're doing. Here's Alan Goldberg's brainchild. Anyway, what the hell? How's everyone doing? This is our 27th show. We have a couple of special guests. We have our friend Eric on Caldero, who's running an event. We're going to get to it a little later on, but we have him on so we can stay here. And there's a storm in the area, so we're a little bit hesitant, but it should work out. We have to go to technical difficulties because of the storm. Anyway, but special night. I have a friend on, probably know her 35, 40 years. Definitely one of the toughest women fighters. I won't even say woman, probably one of the toughest martial artists been out there in a long time. And you know what I really love about what she does? She's still out there training. And I only bring her on. Her title would be Grandmaster, but she never uses it like I don't use it. But Grandmaster Cookie Elba Melendez. How are you, Cookie?
Cookie, you're with us.
We have Vinny on and Eric.
Bring on Vinny.
Thank you for having me.
Vinny, you're with us. You're with us. You want me to
Cookie,
bring on Eric?
how are you?
How are you?
Cookie, I don't want to get hit by you.
Let me tell you.
Well, thank you.
I've been to tournaments already where Cookie was there, and the women's division wasn't very healthy. There weren't too many, and Cookie said, "Well, I'll fight a guy, no problem." And she would get in there and fight guys. I swear to when I tell you, she never had a problem. Whoever was opponent, she did it. But Cookie's a world champion, and we were just talking before the cameras went on, Cookie, that you fought a very dear friend of ours, Cheryl Wheeler, many years ago.
We're here at the Action Martial Arts Hall of Honors. Mega weekend, mega great people, mega martial art, mega everything. We're here with a mega awesome person. She is a champion, Cheryl Wheeler. Cheryl, thank you for coming on. How are you?
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I just walked in and you snagged me. Thank you for...
Because you lit up the room and you walked in.
Oh yeah, all in black.
That's it. Lady in black doing her thing.
No, I'm so excited to be here. You know, we're premiering the Martial Arts Kid here this weekend. Very excited about that. And we showed it today at 2 o'clock and it was a big hit. So we're excited. And I just love being at Alan. You know, his events are amazing. As you know, we wouldn't miss it, right?
And, we all know what happened there. And, we always, the sympathies and the heart, it's unbelievable. She was a wonderful person. But one time you two went head-to-head out there. It was only one time you fought her, right?
Yeah, in Chicago.
Chicago, all right. She was a great fighter. She was out there doing her best.
Cookie,
I think we lost the camera went down a little bit.
Adjust your phone down a little bit. Bring it down a little bit. Turn it.
Is that better?
There you go.
That's it.
Now you're back in action. You're back in action. We can't lose you. You're the star of the show. We cannot lose you. We can lose Vinny. We can't lose you.
But Cookie was definitely a fighter, but also the very important thing, she was a great martial artist, great spirit. One thing I'll say, never saw an ego on this girl. It really was amazing. She was out there kicking butt and never saw an ego with her. And I appreciate that, and I know my cohorts and people that I deal with know that, because egos don't belong in this industry. And unfortunately, we have too many. But egos don't belong in this industry. We always look at what you do in the ring or do in your classroom to what we hold you by your standards. But she has a great organization that she works with, and it's called I'm Bad. Okay, Cookie, tell us a little about that, what it stands for.
Very apropos.
I'm Bad stands for the I'm beautiful, armed, and dangerous. What? The true word, the acronym stands for International Movement of the Beautiful, Armed, and Dangerous.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, I know.
I started with this like 15 years ago. I said, wow, just out of fun. So I developed the T-shirt, and I walked and I used it, and people would stop me, where'd you get that T-shirt?
Mm-hmm.
So I said, well, wait a minute, I got something here. And because I'm about empowering women, I thought this was a fun thing to wear, and then it drew a lot more women, and I ran off with it, having fun. I'm enjoying myself in all this.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. You're doing something good out there, and you're enjoying yourself, and that's what it's about.
Oh, well, hold on. I got something else. Hold up.
It's only for women.
Only for women. So you can't put on a wig, man. You can't put on a wig. Stop that. Stop that.
She teaches men
this
also.
This is my new toy.
Yeah, but
I came out with a
He's beautiful.
Look at that.
He's dangerous.
There you go. Look at it. There you go. Got her own gloves too. I saw that on your Facebook site too. Wonderful.
Yes.
Great.
So I train men too. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like a lot of women don't get the recognition. They're intimidated by the martial arts. So if I came around and brought it out in a fun way, the fact that I love kickboxing is out and it's drawing a lot of women out of the couches to the gym. So that was a good start. So I'm basically, created this and to draw women so they're not intimidated anymore. Come out, have a good time. It's a stress reliever, as women. They're the ones that are the nurturers at home. They're cooking, cleaning. Being a mom is 24 hours. Mm-hmm. And they build up a lot of stress. So I realized, let me create a program where they can go have a good time in this stress. And this basically improves their quality of life. They become a better mom, a better sister, and the kids.
They become a better version of themselves.
Wherever you can go back and do some more, whatever you're doing outdoors. Yeah. And this is what kickboxing does for us. As martial artists, we know how well it benefits us. So,
that Cookie.
So here I am with this.
Tell me, how did you start with your martial arts? What did you start with originally?
When I started about 14 years old, it was basically Japanese doju. I worked in a guy came to the youth center. We play shoot pool, play cards, and this guy came and started teaching martial arts back in 1968. And I was very curious about that. What caught my attention, not the kicking and punching, but the fact was that he was in a in a meditation format, lights down, and he with a fist, he blew out a candle.
Mm-hmm.
Like magic.
That's what caught my attention. And then the kicking him, I said, "Ooh, I want to do that." I was 14 years old.
Did he say yes, grasshopper?
What?
Did he say yes, grasshopper? Now you can leave.
Right.
Oh, you started. What was the martial arts you started? You studied with first.
I'm sorry?
What was the first martial arts you studied?
Japanese Goju. This guy
Okay.
came to the neighborhood, like I said, when I was a kid.
Mhm.
And he's Canadian. Then he moved back to Canada. I found out recently, which is sad to say, that during COVID, he passed away in his home in Canada.
Oh,
He tried to reach out to me and connect with me, but we kept missing each other.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
sad.
you never know when it's going to get you. You know, it's terrible thing about this country, throughout the world, I should say. But okay, so now, how did you get into kickboxing, into the professional fighting?
Oh wow! One thing led to another. You know, when I used to compete in the kumite, sparring matches in the tournaments, I felt like it was over and that was it. I was still hungry for more. And full contact came along, right? They took me to another level, and I said, "Oh, I can do that." So got into
And
that.
she can.
Then
She can.
kickboxing came in, and here I am. Well, there I was. Right now, I'm retired.
A real
How-
kumite,
yeah.
right?
How many pro fights did you have?
Pro fights. Let's see. Graciela, Cheryl Wheeler. I mean, I've had like 34 fights, but really like local things, but the real ones with Taj Mahal with Graciela. Albani Canino, Taj Mahal.
Right. I remember that fight. I remember when you fought.
Westchester County Center, Graciela.
Yeah.
And Cheryl Wheeler in Chicago.
Yeah. You did, yeah. And guys, I mean, I know Cookie, like I said, 30, 35, 40 years maybe. She would fight anybody. It didn't matter. And she got in, and let me tell you something. She always had grace in what she did. She never got angry. She fought a fight just like anyone else would fight. And I gave her so much credit. And I have to be honest with you, she's a great person on top of it. So when you look at a person like her that wouldn't care about fighting, when she got out of the ring, she was just a nice person. You wouldn't even know she just had a full contact fight a half hour ago somewhere. So I always respected her, and she really made a good road for many women that were in the kickboxing. I'm a little bit involved with some of the people from Waco right now, and I've got Kathy Long involved with them. Kathy Long has been coming to the event the last couple of years, and kickboxing is really starting to get back up there again. Okay. I am so happy.
Well, that's thanks to Glory Kickboxing, because they made it global again.
Yeah.
Yep.
My friend Rob Zabilski is doing a lot of stuff right now with all the kickboxing. They got some centers that are opening up down south, and I got Michael Jai involved with it. Some of these NFL stars that are down in Tennessee, actually, and they'll be coming up to the event. I can't give you their names yet, guys, but I got four NFL superstars coming to the event this year. Okay, so we always get into it, and I got another one which I just spoke to a guy today. I got Roy Jones, not manager but associate manager, that he may bring Roy Jones to the event also. Okay, and we may have Mike Tyson there. We might have Mike Tyson there on top of it. So who the hell knows?
I love Roy Jones.
Yeah. So I'm working on it. You know me. You put something in front of me, and I try to make it work. If it doesn't, we just move on. And I just want to give a shout out to my friend Dennis. He's back out there again. A lot of people were worried about him, but he was all right. He had some family things he had to take care of.
Okay, good.
But he's back out there again, and we do have the channel going up very soon. I don't know if Cookie you saw, but me and Dennis Warner are putting together the first ever 24-hour day, 7 days a week martial art channel on Roku. And I obtained 200 Kung Fu movies, the old Run Shaw, Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Sonny Chiba movies, and we're going to have them running. And it's all free of charge. So we're bringing back the Kung Fu movies. We've got a couple other things in the works also. So that's happening there too. There's a lot of stuff going on. Vin, you got something to say about that?
Yeah, you know what happened? I want to say shout out. I'm glad Dennis is good because he's been off. I haven't seen him for a while. And he looked really good. And it was funny. He was really, really gone. And then all of a sudden, somebody mentioned Frank
Sorry, I
Brooks,
lost
the
you
guy
for a minute.
just
Someone
looked
tried
like
to call me,
Lazarus.
so I just declined.
Right up. Like Lazarus. He came back
I'm
to
back.
life.
Someone tried to call me on the phone, so
Okay.
I didn't hear you guys. Can you hear
No,
me?
no, we were talking to Vinny there.
Yeah,
I know
well,
that happens to me too sometimes. Okay, Vinny, I just told him, I know he asked about you too. They sent him the codes tonight to get on the show, but he had a lot of stuff he had to get done. But, so he'll be back on with us soon again. Too.
Yeah, he comes in here slick as anything. His hair's going. His outfit's going. He's styling, looking good. He makes sure that he has everything in place.
He's got me jealous sometimes. I want to put my sport jacket on,
When he's on the show, it even smells good. I mean, what is that?
He's got a throne, come on. He's got a throne and everything.
Okay.
Who's better than him?
Let's get back to
He's like
Cookie.
a resident Snoop Dogg. That's what's happening.
So, Cookie, what are you doing now? I know you're in Jersey training now, right?
I can't hear you now. I lost you.
Are you in Jersey? Okay, well, we're going to have your pretty face on this, so I guess we'll have to run with that right now, but I'll do a little talking for you.
Okay.
I know Cookie's in Manhattan, but I think she's training in New Jersey right now.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone does want to get her, you can get her right on Facebook, Elba Cookie Melendez. She's on there. She's a really, really good trainer. She does train the guys, and she does a lot of women training too. So it's a really great thing.
And anyone that wants to know, just go on YouTube. You put Cookie Melendez, you're gonna find a whole bunch of videos of fights and everything, and the stuff that she's done. And she's an original in more ways than one. And
Lou, let's knock her out. Maybe she'll come back in. I'll type
okay. All right.
Maybe she had the disconnection.
Okay, we're gonna knock out Cookie, and hopefully she can come back.
You're not proud. I'm not
proud. Can you hear us, Cookie, or no? We're gonna knock Cookie out. We apologize to the viewers, but we're gonna knock her out, and then we're gonna bring on Eric, Alan, and let's talk about what's going on. Eric, how you doing?
And I do want to apologize to everyone because we do have a storm in the area, so there's a lot of craziness going on. I mean, I was just 10 minutes before we went on. There was lightning bolts in front of my house.
And you got disconnected too. So there we go. There we go.
So, well, I want to bring on my friend Eric, and he's doing a thing called actually what he had it called the Return of the Dragon this year. Okay, because he has Don Wilson come up, but it's a gathering of styles. And he runs the event. And the first time he came to me, he was asking me, what did I think about it? And I said, listen, you don't know until you try.
Right.
And he's been pretty successful with it. You go through the growing pains when you do an event like this. But I'm proud of him and what he's doing. And I'm going to put him on now to just explain a little bit about it and give it some kickback and what you're doing, Eric. All right?
Yes, sir.
All yours.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, Lewis and Alan, for having me on. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And, the Gathering Styles empowers the next generation of martial arts, martial artists, I should say. And pretty much every style comes to my event. I try to get the best of the best. Like I'll give you an example. Small circle jiu-jitsu, who's better than Professor David James?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I was on the phone with you. I just passed the school last night, too.
Oh, he's wonderful, and his way of teaching just gets through to people. I got Clarence Murray out of Maryland. I got Dana Abbott, Black Belt Magazine, Dana Abbott. Don the Dragon, of course, He's a great teacher. He teaches kickboxing. Like I says, we're worried about the kids that don't want to go home. My company is more like an educational company. You know what I mean? We bring in, like I says, the best of each style to teach the next generation of martial artists. Let open their eyes to what's out there. You know what I mean?
Now, Cookie, do you hear us now? Okay, great.
All right, we got Cookie back in action, guys.
All right, we're just going to go work with Eric for a few minutes here because we want to give him his due, and then we're going to get back to Cookie. So
Yes,
Eric, tell us about what the weekend is established, how to get in touch with you, where you're going to go with this whole operation.
Well, I'm working with the governors of Rhode Island and Massachusetts.
And I have to say, before we go too far, next time you do something, you want to bring women into there, which you should. You got to have Cookie come out.
Oh, definitely. I have the Peaches. She's the first woman on the Gathering of Styles.
Right.
Period.
Yeah, she was at the event last year. I remember.
Yeah.
But if you want to get a real professional woman that does things for the last 40 years, this girl's phenomenal. So that's something I think you should look at. You'll talk.
I got to get her contact. You got to give me her contact.
Yeah,
and you know what's going to happen, Cookie, when this happens? Your picture is going to be behind them right next to Don. Look what's going on there, Eric. You got pictures, you got all this stuff on your wall.
Eric, you told me I was your mentor. Where's my picture?
Where's Alan's picture there?
I'm still waiting on it, Alan. I'm still waiting on you. You keep promising me. I want
don't
the one
do pictures. My problem is
I want the one
pictures.
with the pose. Actually, I have a picture of you sitting down, exhausted at one of your shows.
Not Alan. He doesn't get tired.
As long as it wasn't me on the bear rug, I have no problem.
Yeah, he's like the Bionic Man. He keeps going and go like the everybody funny.
Eric, this year Cookie's going to be doing a seminar at the event. She asked me about it. We're going to try to move her around, get a spot in there for us. I want you to watch her seminar, see what she can do.
Without a doubt.
She's got a tremendous reputation too. But let's go for it. Tell us how to get in touch with you, Eric, and what to do.
All right, like I says, Gathering Styles, Eric Caldera. My phone number is 1-631-455-8007.
You just put your number on blast. You can make it some funny calls. It's not our fault. You did it to yourself,
I'm
Eric.
used to it.
All right, you start getting crank calls and people calling for information. Okay.
No, of course. But
anyway.
and then like I says, I have information all over the poster. You can reach me at www.gatheringofstyles.com. And like I says, please come and enjoy the show. We're here after COVID, you know what I mean? And
when is the show?
June 26th. It's in Fairhaven, Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's like an 8-hour program. You know how high schools have English, reading, and math? Well, I have kung fu, karate, and jujitsu, and so forth and so on. You know what I mean? I give the kids a fancy hotel to go to. Cool. I feed them lunch, a nice fancy buffet, and then at nighttime with dinner, dancing, and DJ, I honor the teachers that are making a difference, that are reaching the next generation and keeping the martial arts alive. You know what I mean? It's like David James says, Eric, just keep going. Don't worry about anyone else, because what are they doing? That's true. You just got to worry about yourself and worry what means a lot to you. You know what I mean? Martial arts means a lot to me. That's where I'm going with this.
Eric is an up and coming new promoter, and I just got to say, it's funny you say David James. When I started my event 21 years ago, David said the same thing to me. Believe it or not. He said, screw all these guys. You're the only guy out there who's really doing anything. Everyone talks to talk, but they're not doing anything. And I said to him, you know something? I have enough people that are fans of what I do, and I don't care about the namesayers and the bad people. Hey, let them be what it is. And Cookie knows she's a New Yorker. I think everyone here is basically a few, Eric, were New Yorkers at one time. And, people talk. Next, move on.
It's lip service. It's chitter-chatter, that background noise. You can't hear that. There's no time for that.
Yeah. Eric, we want to thank you for coming on. I want to give back to Cookie because it's really her show. But we wanted to get you on a few minutes. Anything else you want to say in your closing minutes?
No, thank you for having me. I much appreciate it. And, thanks for being my mentor. And Louis, thanks for putting this together. You're making a difference. You guys are making a difference. And I'm glad I can be part of it. You know what I mean?
It's all Alan's fault. But, Eric, you can stay for the show, but I'm going to take you off the show. You can stay in the room. Okay?
You can stay and listen. We're going to do it, yeah.
All right. Thank you. Now we're back. Now we're back with Cookie.
Eric.
Thank you.
All right, let's get back to Cookie. How you doing, Cookie? You hear us now? Everything's
chilling. I'm chilling with you guys.
Good. All right, so give us a little bit of information on what you're training and where you're doing things now and what your schedule is so people can get in touch with you also.
Okay. Well, I'm currently teaching. I started my women's bat program in New Jersey at one of Jonas Nunez dojos at Elizabeth, 516 Morris Avenue, Elizabeth, New Jersey. If you live in that neck of the woods, you can reach me there. I also work in Brooklyn, Bay Ridge. There's an all-women's fitness facility for Alana Life and Fitness. I've been there 4 years now. I used to work there before when it was a meeting, but it's an all-women's gym, and I run a kickboxing program there. And then here, I have a couple of guys from my neighborhood. We meet up on the rooftop. I call them the East Village Kickboxers.
I saw that. I saw the kids beating the wall.
And we kick the wall down and, work with the pads. And we have a good time. And then, I also, when it gets too cold, during COVID, I was doing private sessions in my living room. I mean, New York, Manhattan apartments are very tiny, but I got my bob.
Mm-hmm.
I got my bob, and it worked out. So I would have like 30-minute sessions, one after the other.
That's cool.
My doorbell rings, and the next guy comes in.
Very cool. A lot of people don't realize there's not a lot of women instructors out there. Or if there are women instructors, some of them are like, not what they are. And if, people are listening at it and you're a woman that wants to learn from someone who's been there from the streets to the ring, okay? Cookie's definitely a person. So if anyone, she's going to give her information, but anyone wants to get in touch with her, you can also call me, and I recommend her 100%. And
you empower women, Cookie. You empower women for them to take control of their lives, and that's a big positive. That's a big positive.
Yeah. I feel this is my passion. I feel like we all have a calling, and I strongly feel that this is my calling. I started when I was 14 years old, and I'm 67 right now.
You are not.
It's not 67. And it's not to impress upon people.
I know her 40 years, so,
God bless you. Well, Alan, you're tipping on 58, right?
I know, 58, I wish. I wish.
67, I'm going on 25.
I'm tipping higher and higher every day.
But it's all a state of mind, isn't it? It's all a state of mind.
Yeah, 100%.
It is. It's on the number.
Really 27.
Now, give us a couple words of wisdom about what you feel, and I'm again not just women, but men also. But the women are important to me. What you feel, as I said, you've changed it around. You've made it fun, and I think that's very important because most women are intimidated to get into a boxing ring, or they actually, excuse me, I hate to say it, or they actually thought Taibo was a way to fight. And you kind of proved that wrong. That if you want to learn how to fight, you got to know how to fight. It's not a matter of just kicking, throwing a punch, and a kick. So give us a little information on that, how you feel the progression of what you're doing. And now there's a lot of women coming into kickboxing and MMA.
Yeah.
Go on.
Mm-hmm. Like I said before, I had to use it in a fun way, and then a lot of women never experienced kickboxing. And there are those that have said, that's a violence. And I'm like, I got offended. This is not a violence. This is art.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you take a paintbrush and you create a painting. This is an art. Because they don't know, and I don't want to scare them by letting them know how pissed off I am by that comment.
Yeah.
But all I tell them is you never experienced kickboxing. It's very therapeutic.
Mm-hmm.
I let them put the gloves on, work with the pads, and the next thing you know, this is what I always look for. They smile from ear to ear.
Yeah. Right.
And I said, and I told him, talk to me now. What do you think? Oh my God, this is great. I'm gonna sign up again to see you next week.
Good. That's the way you get them.
The endorphins kick in. And they're letting all that aggression they built up in their lives, throughout their lives.
Right. Well, you said you try to make it fun, and I think that's what brings people into it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you watch most of these MMA fights, and again, the kickboxing, it's women are there in droves right now, and it's not just the card girls anymore. It's the ones in the ring that are fighting.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of great things happening, and I will tell people, is the thing, Blocko is out there again. They're very strong. Mr. Zabilski's doing a wonderful job out there, and kickboxing is getting stronger and stronger again. And I like it because I really don't like the MMA to some extent. I shouldn't say I don't like it, but I'm not a big fan. I'm more of a fan of kickboxing. I mean, I can go and watch. I promoted kickboxing over the years, and matter of fact, I was partners with Jonas in one of the fights many years ago with Donnie Caroline. So we did our own things. Then look at our friend Lou Sneglia, who I knew you fought for, and Lou did a wonderful job. Matter of fact, we're having lunch next week, me and Lou. Oh, he's
tell him I said hi. I fought in all his events.
Yeah, he's an icon in the kickboxing and in the MMA.
1992. That was my last fight. 1992.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Very cool. But we thank you. We're gonna get to Vinny because Vinny's got some real exciting things just happened. Please don't go away.
Don't
listen,
leave us,
listen
Cookie.
in.
This is all about you.
I'm staying.
We're
guys.
We're gonna come back to you towards the end and give you closing statements. But we're so honored to have you on the show. We all looked up to you when you were out there fighting because everyone couldn't believe there was a woman kickboxing. Yeah. And little by little, it's getting more and more and more. And Vinny's also from the Bronx, so he knows what we all go through when we come from the New York area. Anyway, Vinny.
I gotta tell you something. This is the only show where all of the people on the show I can understand perfectly. All of us, we all talk. We all got that same talk.
The same. Somewhat the same accent, right?
That thing we got.
He brought a couple of guys in from Australia, some guy from England. It was like we needed to use sign language. We couldn't connect. We didn't know what he was saying. They said, that's English. We said, no, we speak Bronxese. We don't speak English.
Bronxese are Brooklynese, right?
yeah, you got a dialect.
Vinny, you've had an exciting couple days or a couple weeks actually, and we saw your little show, and we also saw Godzilla, but we saw your little show, okay, and. People don't see. You got to look at last week's show.
Yeah, you got to look at last week's show.
Everybody go see last week's show, no matter what. If you don't see it,
I'll tell you, just for the audience out there. I know tonight we had a lot of technical because of the storm and stuff. But we're trying to get through the show so everyone understands what's going on. But last week we had our show, and it's our first show that within the first 5 days we hit over 1,200 people watched the show, and that's pretty damn good for a podcast coming out of nowhere. We're just building it, yeah. But we've had over 1,200 people, and people love it. And what makes me feel good is that we're able to put a show on and bring real people into the show.
Yeah,
we love the movie stars and we love what they do, but we all know from the start. Like Chuck Norris once said to me, he goes, "Alan, my love is the martial arts. My business is the movies." And, as far as we go, and I can tell you, Vinny, that Cookie doesn't know Vinny too well. She might have saw him a couple of times. But Vinny is he was a Moses Powell student, a true New Yorker martial artist, involved with a lot of different things in his life. But now he's also a comedian. He's a stand-up comic.
How you doing? You know I was going to sound like that even before I opened my mouth, right?
I don't know if he sings, but he may do that too. We don't know.
No. That would be a public offense.
I don't know. Don't start dancing to the jig on the show. We can't have that, okay?
But Vinny's a riot. He's on TV. He does a Jimmy Kimmel show. He's got a couple of movies he was in that he's done. He's working on his own movie, which I love. But he did a show. We showed a clip last week, and it was a little bit about Vinny's life. And Vinny, tell us a little bit. It hit me because it kind of comes from somewhere in a different background. I'm from the Jewish end. He's from the Italian.
Well, you got to remember, Meyer Lansky was my friend, the horse guy. And Meyer Lansky, he was always the bank. So, you know, where the money is.
Yeah.
It's Cinemills TV. It's a 10-part series. Every 2 weeks, they release a 6-minute segment. And if you look at some of the other shows they got on there, it's like 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg. And they want to know the real stories of what you did, not now in the movies while you're all this, but what got you there and how your walk was. So this is Cinemills TV. And what it is how do you go from collecting for certain individuals to teaching the FBI and take this walk and never got in trouble? So that's what the series is about. And it really shows. It's funny. It's almost like when you watch Rocky progress from the street when he's collecting to when he makes money.
He's in a mansion and everything. Right?
Yeah, you see how you civilized, and then you realize that, you know, what the series shows is violence is wrong. All violence is wrong, and you certainly shouldn't use your skill to enforce your will on anybody, and that's what the journey's about.
And that's what bullies do, if you think about it.
You know,
something else. But we're going to get back to that. But something else was amazing. I just heard from Mars.
Bugs Bunny to Earth. Bugs Bunny to Earth. Come in, Earth. Urgent. SOS. Roger. Wilco. Over.
The rover up in Mars.
I got it here.
You got it.
No, you have to tell first, Cookie. I'm on the Rover. You got to tell Cookie first. You don't know.
See, Vinny, for sure, this is for real. His company, his name is on the Mars Rover, for real. So what we were doing, we were trying to for like the past month or two, we were trying to find a series of fights by Frank Dukes. We couldn't find it anywhere. We were digging all over the place. I'm looking around. You know, Alan's looking underneath.
We were looking all over the globe.
We're digging in the backyard. Nothing's coming up.
And then
lo and behold, Vinny, you continue the story. Lo and behold, what happened? What happened?
I looked in Australia. Well, wait, I got it. It's here. Wait. Did you got that thing? Give me to me. I got it. Here, wait. It's right here. They just sent this back from the Mars Rover. This got Frank's first 300 fights.
1 terabyte they needed.
Wait.
But I heard
Don Wilson, by the way, Dragon Warrior. Wait, stop. Let's do it right. I'm wearing Dragon Warrior. Solidarity for Don. I don't like that. I don't like that mess. I don't like this. So Don, we're with you, pal.
We're with you, Donnie.
Back to Frank, I got this. I got this thing, right? But unfortunately, I can't show it to you guys because...
Scotty, we need to find those Dukes videos. Scotty to bridge. Captain. I'm giving her all she's got. We cannot locate the lost Dukes videos. We have searched the universe and it will take light years to locate. Please advise.
Damn it. Chekhov send a message to the Klingons for help.
It'll take 22 light years for the power source to get here. So...
But I also heard it was in Yugoslavian.
Is that what that is?
And then blackface, I heard too. So a lot of things going on here.
Squiggly lines. I got squiggly lines on it. I don't know what that meant. That made Lithuanian. I thought that was the kind of battery. I thought it was a lithium.
Oh Lord!
Beat me up, Scotty. I got it. So tell us a little bit.
Anyway, I tried. I had this came all the way back. You know,
it came back from the rover.
Anyway.
Power source.
And now that's over.
I just spoke to someone today also, the gentleman with Roy Jones, the manager, that wanted to finance the fight between Don the Dragon and Frank Duke.
Look at that.
He was very serious about it. And I told Cookie, have you seen that online lately? Where Frank Dukes Frank Dukes attacked Don the Dragon and called him a phony.
What? Not my boy.
Yep.
I got it on the recorded, Cookie. I'll show it to you later.
Well, everyone went crazy because Dukes opened his mouth and called Don the Dragon a fake. So it was a wild thing. look at.
Got tired of picking on you, so it's gonna pick on Don.
Go look at Don Wilson's page, and he has it all up there, and it's amazing that Dukes opened his mouth and he said what he said. But long story short,
I guess Don went out there. He bought all his belts. He had the green screen, had all the fans back there, the fake ring and the fake blood and everything else. He created all this stuff that we see.
I fought in one show with Don. I was the other part.
Well, that was okay. No, because
Westchester County Center.
Okay, you were
in 1990.
Do you remember when Don fought the Butcher in the Tropicana? That was my show. I was a promoter of that show, and I know you were there. You were there. I think you were there. Cheryl was there. And what an amazing fight! Don fought with 2 broken ribs, but it was amazing. And when Frank Dukes called Don a fake and a phony, he opened up a can of worms that can't close. He just can't close. Right. There's a guy that did a video. There's a guy that did a video on Frank Dukes and Don about the letters that Dukes was sending him. And in 2 months already, he's already got 250,000 people watch the video. That's amazing.
Well, I mean, you look at it, he's trying to debunk a true champion, a world champion, legit, that has done things. That he's not in an underground kumite fighting in the forest with the squirrels and the meerkats and stuff. I don't know what's going on there. But and then Vinny got the proof from Mars. Where's Godzilla? We need.
But anyway, Vinny, we're gonna close up in a few minutes here. If you can get a breath, you got any closing words?
I'm sorry, I love this show. Cookie, I am so happy to meet you. I got a bruise just hearing your name. That's how tough you are, I heard. Believe me when I tell you.
Thank you.
I mentioned, Cookie don't realize, I mentioned your name on the show about 3-4 weeks ago. So my audience already knows who I was talking about, and then Vinny heard it also.
Thank you.
He was talking about the toughest fighters that he ever knew and where they started. None of this powdered sugar nonsense. The real guy's a real knockdown, drag out, and right out, boom, Cookie. Yep. So when I saw your name, I was very excited to actually talk to you. I knew you were going to be a knockaround broad. She's unbelievable, this one, right? She's tough.
Well, now, Cookie, we got to bring you on again because we got more stuff to go over. Yeah, I want to talk about the stuff you're doing with the women and everything else and the empowerment because that's good stuff. I want more of the viewers of this show to learn more about you as they should.
Now, Cookie, we're going to give you a few minutes. Explain to us now. All right, you said your age. I didn't say it. 67 years old. You're really out there, still pushing and doing. And some true martial artists never give up. They're always out there. And I can never think in my mind that I would give up training or doing martial arts. So tell us where you see yourself going in the next 30, 40 years.
I see it getting better and better. The martial art athletes is changing.
Yeah.
I mean, for the better. I've seen some things that we didn't do back when we were younger. They flipping with the aerobatics.
They're
and twirling the staff, that's amazing. It's very entertaining to me. I love watching these new youngsters, the new breed of martial artists, what they can do today.
Yeah, it's a different than it was
in the old days when we used to compete. We didn't wear before Jones Green equipment was invented. It was basically bare knuckles.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yep.
Bare knuckles, or you had some little bit of wraps on your hands. That was about it.
Oh, wraps, a little tape on your hand. That's it.
Well,
brass
knuckles.
That's from Brooklyn in the Bronx.
Oh, you mean in the ring? You were talking about in the ring.
Yeah, we're not talking about Arthur Avenue right now, Vin.
I'm sorry.
Regular karate tournaments, it was like that.
Yeah.
But I see the martial arts evolving more and more and more. And you got traditional, you got different levels of martial arts. And I embrace I embrace them all because everybody has something to offer.
But all
Now,
all that stuff that's happening now with these young people getting involved in martial arts and doing all the aerial work and all this other stuff, all this stuff started somewhere. And you're one of the pioneers in that realm of with kickboxing and making martial arts and kickboxing more well received. And these youngsters, knowing the history, they adhere to that. This is why we do the show, so that they know and they can hear the history. And you've done some amazing things, and I commend you for that.
Yeah, Cookie, you got to realize what this show is. We don't do a typical interview. We just go at it and we talk and laugh and joke like this. And that's why our audience is growing the way it is, because it's not the typical stuffed shirt type of show. And, but when people see what we do, I literally have a list of people that every week cannot wait to see the show. But I have to admit, my 3 guys that give us the thumbs down are always right up on back. Since we started the show, Cookie, we have 3 people that put thumbs down on the YouTube. But the funny thing is,
and that information's on that thing from Mars, Vin.
Yeah,
right?
we know
who they are. It's right there.
We don't even put it up yet. It's only on YouTube, okay? And these people are putting thumbs down already on YouTube before we even put it on Facebook that it's out. So we know who it is, but we kind of laugh at it. And
in the industry, you're gonna have that everywhere in the industry.
Yeah, I know.
Hey,
listen,
we can't even say tree.
I look at it this way: for every fan that's out there, if you get a couple people that don't like what we're doing, it's okay.
But those are fans in the making. They're getting used to learning how to become a fan. Okay.
We got 1,200 likes in 4 days on a podcast, and that's unusual. That you're not getting those numbers, and we're starting. And Lou's done a great job getting things out there. We have other people that work with us doing things that put things out there for us. And let me tell you something. That's what it's all about. We want the knowledge and the respect factor. My theory is we should all be helping each other. Mm-hmm. Very important.
Absolutely.
And, if we can't do that, what the hell are we worth as a community?
Well,
but
and there's some good news that in the near future, what we're going to be having, with Vero and what we're doing here, certain things we do, certain things we don't do. One thing that we are going to do, 2 things we're going to do, is that we're going to be in the very near future streaming live to social media platforms like YouTube and Twitter and Facebook. We're going to have that ability. But also we're going to have a live portion where we're going to be live on Vero, or where people can actually come and interact and stuff like that in real time. So I'm excited about that. And it's just all this stuff is happening. Just want to share that with everyone so they understand that this is a progression, that we're just getting warmed up. We're not even in the batter's box yet. Wait until we get up there.
The funny thing about it, when Cookie used the word earlier when we were talking on Facebook, she goes, "Oh, do I go to Z?" And I go, no. We have our own platform called Vero High.
Oh, don't go to that place. Are you kidding me? Cookie, come on.
What I do want to say to the audience, Vero High is a free process. Go online, sign up free, get involved. We have a lot of great things coming on, some things that are very unusual. Things are getting better and better every week. New things are being added on. So we just want to say, we're honored that people are tuning in, watching what we do. It's a growing process for all of us too. Even this podcast, I don't know if you remember years ago, Lou and I did a radio show called Power Hour, and it just came up. Once this came out, we started over again. So we were always trying to be first, but the real truth of the matter, we have no idea what the hell we were doing then, and we have no idea.
We have less of an idea today. Good thing we have Vinny to keep the comedy coming, because other than that, we'd be lost.
But we run a good show. So. Any other closing words, Cookie?
Keep doing what you're doing. It's wonderful, and this is what helps keep martial arts alive. Caring and sharing, and I was looking forward to the next thing. You know, I have that fitness challenge. I started virtually during COVID.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, we got to come back to that one night. Get you on
Yeah, look, I'll come back to your show. I'd love to come back.
She has a fitness challenge. Go to her page on Facebook. She has info. Very good. I actually have it written down, but I never got to it. But I'm glad you mentioned it. But we're always doing a lot of new things. I don't know if you saw this, Cookie. I always screw that up. This is my new magazine. You know, Action Martial Arts.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, this is Action Magazine. Was around 83 issues, and we're still in print. We just did 3 issues now for this year with the new my partner, Jose Torres. But this is a new one that's called the Tower Wing Chun. It's all Wing Chun people in here working on the 2nd issue right now. So as I tell everyone, I did an interview the other day, and I said to him, "How did you get so much done during this COVID thing?" It's just because I was bored, and it just gave me things. And Lou said, "Let's do that. Let's do this." We brought Vinny aboard. We brought Joe Rappello. We started putting things together. And let me tell you something. It's been fun. So I just want to go, Lou. Thank you again, and Vero.
Hey,
thank Don Warner.
We're trying to make things happen for the better of everyone. You know,
Yeah.
and utilizing the platform to do that is allowing us to bring more people and put them in front of more people.
Absolutely.
And they should be in front. Like, Vin, you're in front of so many people. They tune in for you and Godzilla. That's what happens.
Yeah. Hey, Alan, thank you so much. Thank you for having
Ben, thank you. Thank you, guys. Eric, I know you're gone now, but we thank you for coming on. Cookie,
Eric,
always a pleasure. You're one of my favorite people out there. I always admired whatever you did. So
Alan, I'm gonna you just take us home now. It's all you.
All right, folks. Again, it's our 27th show. We're just getting warmed up, and we're just learning what the hell we're doing. So anyway, but I do appreciate everyone watching in and understanding that, again, we're doing this for the martial art community. And you got suggestions, just hit us up. We love, and we are working with some other people coming in. Michael J. White, I just spoke to tonight. We're working right now, Richard Norton, Cynthia Rothrock, Don Wilson. I just spoke to Bill Wallace yesterday. He's going to be coming on. So we're building the show, more and more celebrities and stuff, but we also want to go to the grassroots people all the time also. And it's important because they all came from the grassroots also. None of those guys started from the top. They all started where we all were. God bless them also. All right, folks. Well, thank you again. Well, love you all. Be good.